What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be creating a piece that I like to call the graveyard. I think that's what I'm gonna call it because I would call it the Reaper, but I have a character name that technically kinda in my series I want to make. So this is not about him. Completely separate from this character. Now, I like this pose I had going on in the beginning. I did not keep that pose, of course, because reasons. I may revisit that post because I feel like I had something going, but normally I start off with drawing the head of all my characters or all my pieces. Normally, that's honestly that's how most people start their pieces. Some people start their pieces with the legs, which is weird. Got a little weird for that. I just want to let you know. I also want to let you know I'm not gonna write a script. This is completely off the dome here. Um, Here we go with the bro. So just to reiterate, I want to treat these videos as a let's sit down and draw together kind of thing. I feel like it's good for the community just to have a space to do that. If that makes any sense, it makes sense to me. With that being said, if you guys watch Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Dan or Don, however you say it, I've been watching recently. Recently, I am caught up with the anime. Next episode drops tomorrow, and I will watch it. But before that, my video drops at 3 p.m. I don't know what time zone I'm in, but because I don't feel like looking it up. But you guys will be there, right? Cool, great. Speaking of you guys, I don't know what to call you guys yet. Um, I feel like yes, there's 72 of us in this little group we have here. I just don't know what to call us. So leave your name suggestions in the comments. I might start bringing this up in more videos. So with this being my first September piece of this year, not that that matters, I wanted to stick with kind of like a October kind of fall kind of vibe. So we got some purple, some greens, definitely orange, stuff like that. Because I wanted to keep it in the realm of the pumpkin spice latte people. You know who you are. Don't act like you don't. You do. I personally have never had such a drink, but you guys know who you are. So, quick question: if I start making bullet points for these videos, would that be kind of out of script? Because sometimes I be forgetting what I want to say. Because apparently these videos take days to record. Because at this point, this is day 2 of this video where we are now, which is all of 2 hours worth of footage. I know we're at 3 minutes, but trust me, it's 2 hours. I used to be able to pump these videos out like every single day, but that was back before I had a job. I think it was. There should be some way back down the rabbit hole of my YouTube channel, like 3 4 years ago. My first Inktober series, that was like almost a daily thing that I was doing. I don't know how I was doing it, but I was doing it. That was way before I even thought about building this PC that I'm using currently. So with this whole the fall thing at the bottom, that won't be in the final product, and the mist will also won't be in the final product. I am kind of upset about that. That I'm realizing this now. Now that I'm finished with it and I done posted it everywhere on all my social medias, that I completely disregarded the mist because it might have made this piece look a little better. I could always go back in and add it in. I just don't feel like it. It's already out on the internet now. There's no point in changing it. I could change it, but I won't. I like these little ghost people that I have here. I wanted to do more with that. Like, you know how like the old like cartoon kind of shading had the ghost. They're mostly white with like a light blue kind of shade to show you that it's a ghost. I wanted to do something like that, but I either forgot or it just never happened. I probably forgot. But I wanted them to keep them like this yellow color. I thought that looked pretty cool as a ghost. Because most ghosts are depicted as white, but I was like, why can't they be yellow? I thought yellow would have been a better fitting color. Also, with this whole cartoonish look, I wanted to do more like hard line shading, because most cartoons have that. Like you don't really get the soft shading or like the soft lighting, the background lighting stuff like that in anime stuff in animes and all that. I want to try something different, and that's really what this channel is. This channel is a bunch of me trying some random things and hoping it works, and to encourage you guys to also do the same thing. There's like, yes, I am just making a bunch of random characters that don't mean anything as far as the storyline to my personal series I want to make, but it's also like reference because who knows? Maybe one of these characters might pop up in some random TV show down the line, and I'm like, oh, I could use this character because I already have a reference for him, or like kind of like the Maze Runner Gumball. Now I'm thinking about it because all those are technically characters that were thrown on the back burner, or they had a show created around them and it just didn't work out. So they put that all into one show. So like I think that'd be kind of a cool idea, like to have all these characters I can just pick from when I do start to make my main series or even some of my side series. I feel like having a catalog of usable assets is cool. Now, this character being very closely kind of similarly based off the Reaper and my other series I want to make is kind of a coincidence, but it's kind of not. I always associate the fall, autumn, October thing with like the Grim Reaper. I don't know why. Maybe because growing up I watched Billy and Mandy, stuff like that. I feel like it kind of fits. Courage the Cowardly Dog. I feel like it kind of fits in that same boat, right? The kind of spooky season. Speaking of spooky season, October comes up next month. I'm not sure if I'm doing Inktober, or if I do, it won't be to the extent as I did it the first time, which is almost a video a day, because that's just not possible with my work schedule. I wish it was, and if I could, I would. But I just don't think I can. With these eyes, I wanted them to be more like flame-like, but I didn't do it, and I feel like that brings the character's uh intimidation factor down a lot. Because I feel like it would be he would seem more aggressive if it was like kind of just out there, like overly exaggerated flames. But I went with more like an emerald kind of gem look, which it looked fine in the end result, but I feel like I could have done better. And now I'm getting random notifications for absolutely no reason. I gotta get this video out, man, because I this is my second time doing a voiceover for this. Because the first time I did it, and I realized I had stuff to edit out, and I just didn't do it. So I ended up having to go back over and edit it out. But that's the joy of editing, recording and editing your own videos. With this particular clip here, I wanted to do more like a traditional style where I'm looking at my screen while drawing, like as if I had a tablet without a screen on it. I ended up sketching that I did because that was going to take way too long. Like, this took like twice as long as it would have if I just was just looking at my screen in the first place. I may be yelling, but that's because my mic is really close. I need a better mic. But before I get a better mic, I want a better camera. So, because recording off my phone is fun and all up until I have like little storage. Because doing the nub pencil project, it takes like about an hour, depending on what I'm drawing. And my phone storage, like, oh, you only got like 5 gigs of like just random access storage or whatever, and it just doesn't like it. It doesn't like it at all. Especially when I go to render it and process it, phone gets really hot, and I have a newer phone, and that's what's weird about it. So, things to talk about. I don't know if you guys can leave your suggestions in the comments. That scythe there, I'm realizing that the fact that it's not perfectly curved slightly slightly messy with me. But at the same time, if you want to give this character like a time zone, nobody's a perfectionist. So I feel like it would be kind of warped, especially after like decades or millennia, years, 100 years of use. Like it would at some point it would be warped. And it kind of brings a weird kind of quirky vibe to his character, in my opinion at least. Something okay. You know what? I'm trying to talk about what's currently on screen. So these little ghost things. I like the way they look. I mentioned it before. I go over it after this with like a kind of like a airbrush to give them less of a harsh line, more like a glowy kind of look. Because when most people think of ghosts, they see like something bright and vibrant, or white or bluish colored. But I went with yellow, and I want them to like kind of not blend into the background, but I want them to kind of pop, but not pop with a harsh line, but pop like a soft light kind of thing. If I had the time to do so when I was doing the background, as you're about to see, there should be shadows where there's not shadows. There should be uh, ambient light from the ghosts because they would produce a light source. Because they're, yes, they are transparent, but I feel like they would have some type of glow to them that to prove they're like supernatural or something like that. If that makes sense, it makes sense to me. I really need to take the time out to figure out how to do backgrounds because these little airbrush backgrounds, they're not gonna cut it. Especially if I want to start doing commissions. Like yes, they look not even halfway decent. I'm not gonna lie to myself. They look okay, but they're not good to me. Like me being an artist, like you always want to improve on something. There's something you can improve on, and currently I'm seeing that these backgrounds are just not it. My character design I feel like is okay. My shape drawing and all that stuff, that's all fine. It's just the backgrounds take away from the piece itself. 'Cause I feel like if I had a decent background, I I would not like this piece as much as I should. I think that was proper English. I doubt it, but who knows? Who cares, right? I may have overdid it with the purple on this character because basically everything on him is some shade of purple. I depending on your screen, it may look a little different because the screen I'm looking at now and when I was drawing it, the colors are slightly different, but that's because my drawing tablet will have a better representation of the colors I'm picking than this extremely large monitor that I'm looking at currently. But that has nothing to do with my PC. It's honestly it has everything to do with their processor that's built into the monitor itself. So honestly, I'm looking. I'm kind of just like picking out mistakes that I missed because I'm almost certain I did not go back and fix that little white dot there, or that white dot over there by the scythe. The pumpkin should have some type of shadows. I should not have copied and pasted the same pumpkin over without adding anything different to it. But these are for me. These aren't commissions, so I feel like I should be allowed to take such shortcuts. But you also have to. I also have to call myself out on said shortcuts because when I do start taking commissions, that's inexcusable, like unprofessional, even in my opinion. So with these last 3 minutes left, um, I don't know what to talk about anymore actually, because everything I talked about, I've kind of brung it up, and it, as you can see, is happening. I definitely think I overshaded this character here. Well, I overshaded his mask wise, and I need to definitely study clothing shading. I don't think I have a good grasp on that yet, but that's fine. We live and we learn. I have the rest of my life to learn that. I had something else to say. I was gonna say something else, and I don't remember what it was. I think I did bring up the fact that I wanted his eyes to be more like kind of like fiery, like to give them more of a intimidation factor. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure I said that. I had something else to say, and I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna keep saying it till I do, or I remember one or two. If you guys have any suggestions about characters I should draw, or things you want to see, let me know. Leave it in the comments. I read every comment if I have any. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's fine. I'm aware our little 72 community, 72, dang, how would I say that? Our group of 72 people that we have here, I'm appreciative of every single one of you guys. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching the whole video. Um, at some point, I want to make this community bigger. Like I really do. Like I want to start having like meets and stuff like that, or like start my own studio gallery to just to bring us together. Like I feel like I talked about this before, but to have a place where we can all just sit down and share art with everybody, not just other artists, anybody. Like have like an open gallery kind of thing. I think that'd be kind of cool. Now back to the background. You could not tell me that some 3-year-old did not sit here and shade color the background in. It's not the best background in the world, and I really do feel like it takes away from the overall piece itself. I really wish I didn't do this and then post it, but here we are. So I'm gonna let this video play out, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Hopefully, if I get my time management down. So yeah, I think that'll do it. See you guys next Thursday, and I may or may not write a script next time. I doubt it. Maybe bullet points. It's not a script. Peace.